important thing, which I think is not the case. I mean, I think Germany should have a bridge function. It should define its own place in the world and then have peaceful cooperations and alliances, and how those form. I mean, this is just, of course, very hypothetical thinking, but in the minds of many people, the US integration into the West was basically hardwired. So even after Nord Stream was blown up, most conservatives would not see the real problem or the real issue. And of course, if you are in a turbulent world like we are, many uncertain things, many moving variables, you search for simple truths or simple enemies. And so, because the state media apparatus is totally controlled by let's not say the government, but the mainstream consensus, which is the government consensus. Of course, these views are being pushed. Social media is being censored, and has been censored since 2017, when we had the first big law in that regard. I mean, one thing was 2014 even, when Euromaidan happened. And I read a book, and there was huge indignation in discussion boards, in public discussion boards, how this was handled, and we should look for the dialogue with Russia, and this was a coup done by the West. A huge wave of indignation. I can send you the book afterwards. It's in German, but it has good footnotes. And a lot of the German newspapers actually closed down their discussion boards to prevent that kind of debate. So Germany has always been, I mean, ideologically prepared to be a bulwark of the of NATO or the US or the East or the English or whatever, and an economic backstop for France, but also the debate was, of course, steered in that direction. And if you now, I mean, Angela Merkel came from the GDR, but she, of course, like Joschka Fischer, knew where the power is, and she didn't care much about voters. I mean, it was more like the French president, US president, her colleagues, and also the NGOs, and those are the ones she listened to. But she basically rose, whereas Friedrich Merz comes from a political family also like Merkel, but I mean, he was the chairman of BlackRock, and so he's been a tool of his, let's say, the people who give him the jobs to do always. And he never built his own company. He was